What's going on, YouTube? Got a question from a subscriber. I'm gonna try to answer it. He wants to know, why do us YouTubers recommend working with a company that has a load board versus going with a seasoned veteran, which is a dispatcher? Why would you want to pick your own freight, pick your own loads, use a load board when you can go with a dispatcher, somebody that's been in the game 30, 40, 80, 9,000 years, comes to work with a suit and tie, picks up the phone when you call, pronounces every single word with every single syllable, been in the game for a long time? Why not go with them as an owner operator? Why would you want to pick your own freight? You have absolutely no idea what you're doing. Uh, you just don't know what you're doing. So why not? Why not go with the seasoned veteran? Well, what I decided to do was I grabbed 3 paychecks, and these are all interstate distributor paychecks. I grabbed 3 paychecks from being dispatched, and I grabbed 3 paychecks from being on the load board. We're gonna take a look at it, and you can kind of determine which one is better. Is dispatch better, or is the load board better? Pick your own freight. Now, we don't know, but we're going to find out. We're going to take a look at some paychecks. We're going to compare and contrast. Now, the first 3 paychecks we're going to take a look at are when I was being dispatched, when I first got to interstate. That's right. When I first, I'm not talking about towards the end when things was falling apart and they was just giving me the lowest amount of miles just to be doing it. No, that's not. I'm talking about when I first got there and everything was on the up and up, and that's what we're gonna take a look at. So, first paycheck, you see the date, 1,321 miles. If you look up where it says truck payment deductions, you see the word unit. Then below that, you see 1,321. That's how many miles I got for this particular week. 1,321 miles. I was being dispatched, of course. You see the insurance came out. You see how much fuel was used. But what I want you to look at is that lease premium 2 out of 4 bonus. We need to subtract that out the gross. Okay, that $800 right there, subtract that out the gross. Okay, subtract it out the gross, because that's a bonus. That's not a referral bonus. That's just a sign-on bonus. They gave me a $3,000 sign-on bonus, and they was giving it to me a little bit at a time. So subtract that $800 from the gross. So the gross at the bottom, $2,480. Subtract that $800. Matter of fact, just subtract $800 out that net pay. We're just gonna say that net pay. We're just gonna round it to 1,000. Subtract 800. We down to $200. Is that right? Yeah, we down $200. Okay. So being dispatched for this particular week, listening to the dispatcher, looks like if you look at the fuel, where I bought fuel, you see Indiana, PA, Virginia. So you see where he had me running. He had me running on the East Coast. Obviously, I wasn't nowhere near Tennessee, so I wasn't going home. I live in Tennessee. I don't live in India. It looked like I probably left from Tennessee, went to Indiana, went to PA, went to VA. That's look like what's going on here. But 1,321 miles and a $200 paycheck. That was being dispatched. Let's take a look at the next one. Okay, looking at the next one, you see the date, still being dispatched. This is probably I'm gonna say maybe my 3rd or 4th week at this point. So this could have been my last week being dispatched. Should have been close to being on the load board, judging on the date. So yeah, because it's coming up on 30 days. So this might have been my last week on the load board on this particular check. But 1,735 miles. Okay. Looks like I went Indiana, Arkansas, Missouri, and Arkansas. Okay. So basically, I just ran from Indiana all the way down to Arkansas is what it's looking like. Could have been making a run towards Texas in Arkansas. Could have just been where I got my last fuel. Who knows? But this is being dispatched. Let me see. Referral bonus. We need to take that out. Take that $500 out. Take it out the net. That'll leave us $1,100, which at least I made some money versus the one I just showed y'all before this. I would have made $200, but at least on this one, I would have made $1,100. Now the gross is $2,900. Like I said, luckily for me, I got a referral bonus. Thanks to whoever put me on a referral bonus. Between the referral bonuses and the sign-on bonuses, I was able to survive dispatch, but obviously that was gonna come to the end eventually. But 1,700 miles, $1,100 paycheck. Okay. Let's go to the next one. We see this was also towards the beginning of me coming to interstate. Looks like this was either the first week or the second one, or the second week. But you see 1,653 miles. So I done showed y'all 3 paychecks being dispatched. They all got about the same amount of miles, between 1,600 and 1,700 miles. They all 7 days worth of week. 7 days worth of work. This one, New York, Indiana, Ohio, South Carolina, Ohio. So I'm working the East Coast, nowhere near Tennessee. 1,653 miles, no bonuses, $600 paycheck. Yep, I grossed $2,000, $600 paycheck. So that's 3 paychecks I just showed you. All 3 of them was dispatch. All of them, the mileage was between 1,600, 1,700. They all right in there. So that's 3 paychecks, three weeks, and that's all in the beginning of me coming to interstate. That ain't towards the end when they tried to screw me over and they just wasn't giving me miles just because. No. This was everything was on the up and up. Dispatcher was my best friend, even though I didn't know him. That's what this was. So then this is seasoned veteran work. You know, dispatcher been working there for however many years, 30, 40, 80, his whole life, probably retired, who knows, okay? Now let's take a look at some of the Loadboard chats. Let's go to the first one. Okay, we see 2,649 miles, so that's almost 1,000-mile gap. Okay, I don't see any bonuses. Nope, no bonuses. I see my fuel is missing. Yep, my fuel is missing because I'm on my QPN card. So that $2,600 net, let's take about $800 off of fuel. That puts us around $1,800 net. Okay, I wasn't really spending over $800 in fuel. But looks like this particular check, because it says I got fuel in Tennessee, so I probably was leaving out. I was probably leaving the house since I got fuel in Tennessee on the 12th. I had to be leaving the house running. Okay, so I don't know where I went from that, but 2,649 miles. Just look at the pay. I grossed $3,600. Took home $2,600, subtracted fuel because I was paying for my own fuel, about $1,800. Okay, let's go to the next paycheck. Okay, next paycheck. Ooh, this one is pretty big. 3,728 miles. That's wow. Is that even a legal run? Was I even running legal on this week? 3,728 miles. Like, are y'all team drivers? Are y'all doing this? Yeah, I know y'all doing. Some of y'all doing team, and I'm hearing over at CRST that some of y'all team drivers are doing less than this a week in y'all teams. Can y'all let me know what's going on over there? Y'all need to be doing 67,000. I'm so low, and I did 3,728. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know if that's legal, to tell you the truth. I really don't. It's got to be legal, though. What? It's on e-logs. It must be legal. Let me get a calculator out, because I can figure out if it's legal or not. 37. 28 divided by 7 days. It's 532 miles a day. So yes, it is legal. That's just me working hard every day. I'm 532 miles. Obviously, everybody can do that. So, looks like I was still working East Coast. Nope. Yeah. Okay. It looks like I went from VA to Tennessee to Texas. So I started on the East Coast and I was basically heading to Texas towards the Midwest. So all these runs so far have been East Coast to Midwest, or just staying on the East Coast. But 3,728 miles. I don't see any bonuses. I see a mistake on here. It says owner deposit, owner maintenance fund. They basically gave me 1,000, took away 1,000. I don't even know why it's on there at all, but that doesn't affect my money at all on this paycheck. But the gross, man, $4,639. Net pay is $3,026.63.28. Subtract fuel, maybe $800. Nope, wait a minute. Nope, something ain't right. Because I bought some fuel here, so 300, 160. We're just gonna say that's 400. So it's maybe $400 in fuel missing on this particular check. Yeah, it's got to be about $4, because I usually spend about $800 a week. So more than likely, what was going on here, either I didn't put money on my fuel card and I had to use interstate fuel card for a little bit. That's probably what was going on here. But $3,200 paycheck. Now a lot of people want to know: do I be holding my bills? Do I guess hold the bills, or like take a load and hold it to make the paycheck look bigger? Guys, I'm turning all my bills in. I'm on the Loadboard. I want all my money. There's no reason for me to hold the bill, especially on the Loadboard. I wasn't planning on going home, but take a look at the next one. 2,715 miles. Still over 1,000 more miles than the dispatcher. This one got a referral bonus though. Lucky me. So let's subtract that 500 from the 3,192. Fuel, I didn't get no fuel, so subtract, let me see, 13. So subtract $1,300 from that 31. Let's just say I made $2,000. Or 1,819, somewhere right in there, okay? It's a big gap, guys. It's a big gap between dispatch and Loadboard. Three checks to 3 checks. Why is it me being on the Loadboard, I managed to make owner-operator satisfied with a quality truck? Look at the truck note. Truck note is $714 a week. This is the highest truck note you can get at quality. And look at the paychecks. I mean, now I get made fun of all the time because I know I got the quality truck with the high truck note, and we know how leasing is always the worst thing you could possibly ever do in your life. And I hadn't heard the stories, okay? Heard the stories. The paycheck does not match the story. The paycheck, no. The paycheck justifies going to get a quality truck, okay? If you're on the Loadboard. So what is going on here? Why is it I showed you 3 paychecks being dispatched, and here we are just a few more days later when I'm on a Loadboard, because it's not, look at the dates, it's not so much of a gap. I mean, this paycheck right here, $3,192. Okay, I got some dates wrong. I'm like, why is it going from the 6th month to the 8th month? But I don't know what that's. Okay, I see taxes. Okay, it got me all confused. But anyways, what's going on here? Well, this is what's going on when you're being dispatched. Okay, and I'm pretty sure even as a company driver, y'all get these same excuses. Now remember, the dispatcher is a seasoned veteran. He comes to work every day. He pronounces all his words and all the syllables, and what's going on here? Well, what's going on here is the dispatcher got too many excuses because he's a seasoned veteran. So some of the typical excuses you're gonna hear is we ain't got no freight. That's the main excuse. They ain't never got no freight. We ain't got no freight in that area. We ain't got no freight. We ain't got no loads. It's paying. We ain't got no freight. We ain't got no freight is the main excuse. We ain't got no freight. We ain't got no freight. We ain't got no freight. No freight in the area. Well, what can I deadhead to? You can't deadhead anywhere because we ain't got no freight. We're a mega carrier with no freight. Yes, the number one excuse of all dispatches is we ain't got no freight. But when you're on the load board, they got too much freight. That's the big difference. When you're on the load board, it's too much freight. When you're being dispatched, it's not enough freight. Matter of fact, let me show you a picture of the load board. I wasn't gonna do this. Let me scroll through my computer. Okay, here's when I got blocked out. This is the load board. Okay. Now I told y'all when I was at Interstate, I was trying to go out west as much as possible versus working east. This is why. Take a look at it. Take a look. Let's say I'm in California, okay? Let's just look at the first one. Coming out of Ontario, California, going up to Washington. Pickup, it's a dropping hook on the 23rd, 1,100 miles for almost $2,000, okay? So from the 23rd to the 26th, well, you're going to get there on the 25th. So this is a 2-day run because it's a dropping hook on both ends. No, it's not a dropping hook on the last end. So what's going to end up happening is you're going to pick this up on the 23rd. You're going to be in Washington on the 25th, okay? And you're going to deliver first thing in the morning at 6 in the morning. And as soon as you get in there, you get out probably about 8. You ready to pick up again. You got a fresh clock. You ready to pick up. You're going to be ready to pick up right there in Washington. Probably grab something for another $2,000 coming back to Cali. That's $4,000 with what? 4 days worth of work, or I guess 5, and yeah, I guess 5. Okay, we can just say 5, but 4 days worth of driving. What else? And another thing about East Coast and West Coast over at Interstate, these are the numbers, I was looking at on the West Coast. These numbers are not the same numbers on the East Coast. Let's look at the East Coast. Let me see if I got something blocked out. I took a whole lot of load board pictures, but I didn't plan on showing y'all this for this video. But let's take a look at this one. This is Florida, okay? So down in Florida, you see the rates. And you see the gross coming out of Florida, going to North Carolina, 84 cents a mile. You see how big of a gap that is? 84 cents a mile versus, did you take a look at the last one? How much they running for over on the West Coast? See how big of a gap this is? So when I was there, I was trying to tell you, if you go there, don't even run East Coast. I know other drivers at Interstate told you East Coast is working fine. Look, I don't know what they're talking about. When I was there, this is what I seen. Nothing but it just the cheapest of the cheapest of the cheapest. What is this? What am I looking at? Wait, 40,000 pounds of beer. That's what this is. Just dirt cheap. Budweiser, dirt cheap. But you down in Florida, you ain't got no choice. Because they barely even had freight in Florida. You better take this. Either you can take this 40,000 pounds to North Carolina and get a load, or you can deadhead to North Carolina. You decide. But anyways, man, dispatched versus working a load board. You decide which one is better now. I ain't here to make you decide. That's what you comment below. What y'all think? Which one is better, dispatched or working a load board? Comment below. Let me know, and I'll see y'all in the next video.